Ever wondered why studying for exams feels like climbing Mount Everest without a guide? It's a situation all too familiar. The looming deadline, the mountains of material to cover, and the ever-distracting world of social media and entertainment, all conspiring to make you feel like you're fighting a losing battle against time. This struggle isn't unique to you, it's shared by students worldwide. Often it's not lack of effort, but rather ineffective study methods that are the culprits. Poring over textbooks for hours on end, cramming in as much information as possible, only to forget most of it by the time the exam rolls around. Or perhaps it's the lack of motivation, the feeling that no matter how hard you try, you're just not getting it. These are common struggles, and they can make studying feel like an insurmountable task. But what if I told you, there are proven strategies that can turn this uphill battle into a pleasant journey? Well, in this video, I am going to reveal 5 powerful strategies that can transform your study routine. We'll touch on the Feynman technique, a simple yet effective way to assess your understanding of a topic. We'll explore the art of note-taking and how it can help consolidate information and enhance retention. We'll dive into the world of active recall and flashcards, tools that can help you combat the forgetting curve. We'll uncover the secrets of memory techniques and the essay memorization framework, making those long essays a breeze to remember. We'll also discuss the importance of motivation and the environment in which you study, because hey, who said studying can't be enjoyable? And lastly, we'll talk about how to balance studying and life, because all work and no play can lead to burnout. These strategies are not just theories, they are effective and tested methods that have helped countless students ace their exams. They can help you too, so are you ready to conquer your exams? Suppose you've just learned a complex topic. How can you be sure you really understand it? Picture this scenario. You've just spent hours studying a complex topic. You've read the textbook, attended the lectures, and even watched a few explainer videos. But when it comes to explaining it to someone else, you find yourself stumbling, struggling to articulate the concepts clearly. This is where the Feynman technique comes into play. The Feynman technique, named after the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman, is a powerful learning strategy that tests your understanding by asking you to explain a concept in simple terms. Now, there's a common misconception that if you can recite the textbook or lecture notes, then you've mastered the subject. This is not necessarily true. True understanding goes beyond rote memorization. It involves being able to explain the concepts in your own words, and in a way that even a 5-year-old could understand. So, how do you effectively implement the Feynman technique? It's pretty straightforward. After studying a topic, take a moment to explain it to yourself or to someone else, as if you were teaching it to a 5-year-old. If you can do this without using jargon and without looking at your notes, then you've got it. If not, go back and revisit the parts that tripped you up. The benefits of the Feynman technique are multifold. Firstly, it helps you to identify gaps in your understanding, which you can then fill in by further studying. Secondly, it reinforces your learning by engaging you in active recall, a potent memory-enhancing strategy. And finally, it instills confidence in your knowledge as you're able to articulate the concepts clearly and effectively. So the next time you study, try explaining it to a 5-year-old. Do you often find yourself forgetting what you've learned just a few days ago? If so, you're not alone. This is where the power of note-taking comes into play. Many people hold a misconception that note-taking is simply about scribbling down what the teacher says in class, but it's so much more than that. It's not just about writing, it's about understanding, processing, and retaining information. It's about making the knowledge yours, shaping it in a way that speaks to you. Now let's talk about strategies. There's a common belief that typing notes is faster and more efficient. While that may be true, research suggests that handwriting your notes can significantly improve information retention. There's something about the act of writing by hand that ingrains the knowledge deeper into our brains. But don't just take my word for it, try it out for yourself. Moreover, the process of note-taking doesn't end when the class does. It's beneficial to review and expand on your notes after class. This helps consolidate the information and broadens your understanding of the topic. Pro tip: incorporate active recall questions into your notes. This method aids in memory retrieval, making it easier for you to remember the information when you need it most. So what's the benefit of all this? Well, effective note-taking can be your secret weapon come exam time. It helps you retain information for longer periods, understand the material on a deeper level, and recall information more accurately. It's like having a personalized study guide that you've created for yourself, in your own words, in a way that makes sense to you. It's important to remember that note-taking is a skill, and like any skill, It takes practice to improve. So, don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Keep at it, refine your methods, and you'll see the benefits in no time. Remember, your notes are your secret weapon for exam success. Ever wondered why you can't remember the answers during exams even when you've read them multiple times? Let's talk about a couple of dynamic methods to boost your recollection. Active recall and flashcards. Active recall is the practice of bringing information to mind without the help of materials. It's like playing a game of trivia with your brain, but you're both the quiz master and the contestant. There's a common myth that passive review, like rereading your notes, is enough. However, it's merely a step, not the entire journey. To use active recall effectively, you need to test yourself. Make it a habit to close your book and recite what you've learned. This could be in the form of a summary, a diagram, or even a full-blown lecture to an imaginary classroom. The goal: to strengthen the neural pathways to that information, making it easier to retrieve when you need it most. Moving on to flashcards. No, they're not just for kindergarten kids learning their ABCs. Flashcards are an amazing tool for students of all ages. They're compact, portable, and customizable. But beware of the misconception that more is merrier. It isn't about how many flashcards you have, but how well you use them. Creating effective flashcards involves more than just copying information onto a card. It's about breaking down complex ideas into understandable chunks and asking yourself questions. This way, every flashcard becomes a mini-test. And here's a pro tip: don't just make flashcards for facts and definitions. Create them for concepts, processes, and even potential exam questions. The benefits of active recall and flashcards, they're massive. Not only do they help you remember information, but they also make your study sessions interactive and engaging. They challenge your brain, forcing it to work harder and consequently, learn better. So get ready to test yourself and create your own flashcards. Struggling to memorize tons of information for your exams? Ah, the age-old problem, right? But what if we told you there are some pretty cool techniques to make this task less daunting? First off, let's talk about memory techniques. A common misconception is that they're complicated and time-consuming, but that's not true. Techniques like the PEG system, used for memorizing numbers, or the method of loci, also known as the memory palace, where you associate information with specific locations, are surprisingly simple and effective. Try this. Visualize a familiar path or place, then mentally place the items you need to remember along that path. When you need to recall them, just walk down your memory lane. It's fun, it's imaginative, and most importantly, it works. Next up, we have the essay memorization framework. Some of you might think, memorize an entire essay? Impossible. But here's the trick: you don't memorize the entire thing word for word. Break your essay down into content blocks, each representing a separate idea or argument. Use techniques like Anki flashcards and spider diagrams to help you remember these blocks. The idea is not to remember every word, but the flow of ideas. This way, even if you forget a word or two, you won't lose track of your argument. Now you're probably wondering, why go through all this trouble? Well, these techniques not only help you remember more information but also understand it better. They force you to engage actively with the material, to visualize it, to make connections. This deeper understanding is what builds strong, lasting memories. With these techniques, you'll be amazed at how much you can remember. Feeling burnt out from studying? Can't find the motivation to hit the books? Let's tackle motivation, environment, and life balance. These three pillars that prop up your study regime. Firstly, motivation. Often, we think motivation should just magically appear. But in reality, motivation is like a muscle. You have to work it out. So, what's the effective strategy here? Start small. Break your study tasks into bite-sized pieces and reward yourself after each task. You'll create a positive feedback loop, and that's how you cultivate motivation. The benefit? You'll start to enjoy the process of studying, not just the end result. Next, let's talk about the environment. Some misconceptions? That a cluttered desk means a cluttered mind. Not necessarily. What's essential is creating a study space that suits you. This could mean a minimalist desk or a cozy corner filled with inspirational quotes. The key is to minimize distractions, like keeping your phone out of sight. Experiment with productivity methods like the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused study followed by a 5-minute break. The payoff? A space that makes studying enjoyable and keeps you focused. Finally, life balance. It's easy to think that studying for exams means you have to sacrifice everything else. But that's a one-way ticket to Burnout City. The strategy here? Prioritize. Ensure you allocate time for studying and for relaxation. This could be hanging out with friends, exercising, or pursuing a hobby. By maintaining balance, you're not only preventing burnout but also enhancing your overall well-being. Remember, studying is a marathon, not a sprint. So, keep your environment pleasant, stay motivated, and balance your life. Now that you know these powerful strategies, you are ready to conquer your exams. What we've delved into isn't just a bunch of tips, but a comprehensive approach to effective studying that can transform your academic journey. First off, we explored the Feynman technique, a strategy that challenges you to explain complex concepts in simple terms. If you've ever thought that understanding was the same as memorizing, this method flips that misconception on its head, pushing you to truly grasp the essence of what you're learning. We then ventured into the realm of note-taking. It's more than just jotting down what a teacher says, it's about engaging with the material, actively questioning, and rephrasing to solidify understanding. It's not just about filling up pages, but creating a useful resource for future revision. Next, we tackled active recall and flashcards, tools that help you test your knowledge and fight the forgetting curve. Remember, it's not about how many flashcards you have, but how effectively you use them. Moving on, we discussed memory techniques and the essay memorization framework. These aren't your typical rote learning methods, but systems that leverage your brain's natural associations and patterns to make information stick. And let's not forget the importance of motivation, environment, and life balance. Studying isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And just like any long-distance runner, you need the right conditions, the right mindset, and the right balance to keep going. Each of these strategies is a piece of the puzzle, and together, they form a holistic approach to studying that can not only boost your grades but also enhance your overall learning experience. So, go ahead, apply these strategies and watch your grades soar. You've got this. Before we wrap up, we have a small request. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more study tips and strategies. Your support helps us create more content like this, and it ensures you don't miss out on any new videos we release. Remember, learning is a journey, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. So why not join us? Hit that subscribe button, and let's conquer this academic journey together. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your studies. You're not alone in this, and you're more capable than you think. Keep going, keep learning, and remember, every challenge is a chance to grow. See you in our next video.